What is going on, everybody? We are here with the Kai Kast. My name is Vernon.
My name is Ryan.
My name is Lazy.
And we are three parts of Studio Kai. We have a few other people that we couldn't fit on the couch today. But we wanted to bring back the Kai Kast. If you've seen the Kai Kast before, we did interviews with people that worked with Studio Kai. But we wanted to bring back the Kai Kast and just start really doing, as much insider talking as we can do about what we do at the studio. So we're super excited to be here. We're super, super excited. We're super happy. And we have a lot of really cool things on our radar that we've been doing recently. So Lazy, you want to talk to us a little bit about Angel McCoughtry's project, Student of the Game?
Yeah, we wrote Angel's new album, Student of the Game, and go listen to that, go stream that. That's available everywhere. And it was a blessing, it started by us making GOAT, right? And then it led to every other song. We did 6 out of 7 songs on her album, and we all got a piece of that one. We all, wrote something, made the beat. Yeah, everyone got a part of that, and I could tell. And when you see Angel stuff, like, a lot of people are showing love to her, and that's amazing. That feels good. And we got some more on the way too. We're about to work on our second one, Evolution. We're about to go out there and march for the conference and go show face and go network with everybody. And yeah, it's been a great time.
So for those who don't know, we just dropped a five or six songs? Seven songs. We just dropped a 7-song EP with Angel McCoughtry, WNBA legend, gold Olympic athlete. Yeah. Really cool project to be a part of. Yeah, can't forget about that one. She's currently in the WNBA, absolute star, and our manager has hooked us up with her. And and Studio Kai is now the music directors of her company, Legacy Entertainment, which is a really, really great opportunity for us. So that's why I wanted to come on here and start talking about that a little bit.
Shout out Angel.
Shout out Angel, yes. So we worked on this project, Student of the Game, by Angel McCoughtry. We've been working on it for the past few months. Everybody in the studio has had, a contribution to the project, and it's super cool to see the thing come to fruition. So Lazy said that we have a conference coming up soon. We have a conference coming up. It's called The Dream Is in Your Hands. It's the conference. I was a guest speaker on the first one. It was like a digital conference, where
COVID conference.
We got to talk to the youth about music and entertainment. So I was honored enough to be able to talk at the first one, which was a digital conference. And now this conference, after the success of the first one, is getting a live, actual, in-person conference. And it's involving Angel stuff, too, that has, have basketball stuff. And it'll be really, really fun.
What is the conference about?
The conference is basically about teaching the youth about the perspectives of different, professionals in the entertainment industry.
So we did some books on this a while back. Some of y'all have been tuned in with us for a bit. Saw those are also called The Dream Is in Your Hands. That's actually what inspired the books. Is this original conference that our manager put together with some pretty big players like Microsoft people, fucking tech people all over, and basically put together this conference for the youth to kind of show them that there is a way and that you should believe in yourself and the dream is in your hands. And then he went on to use a lot of those members from the conference in these books and, tell their personal stories, give personal advice. And I swear, if you read any of these stories in this book, you would just be ready to run through a fucking wall. These are just the most inspiring people telling the most inspiring stories in the most inspiring way. And we got to do the audio for that, the ebook, the audiobook. Yep. And then we helped run and produce a full podcast on our YouTube, also in another section. You can check that out. Also called, I think, More Than a Wrestler, which was, kind of a series of A Dream Is in Your Hands.
I'm a huge WWE fan. So
the Glow podcast, yeah. It was
so happy we got to do some wrestling stuff.
Yeah, Joe was like, wait, finally the wrestling? and we got to do with some legends, like the original Glow members from the 80s. We're talking, they ran 5 seasons. These are they went on to do WWE. They were the first in women's wrestling.
And we're in talks with Mickie James.
Yeah. So this is what really started everything.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Exactly. It started a year or two ago when that conference was, and then ever since then we built books off of it. They both went top 3, one of them number 1, in multiple categories on Amazon, and then one actually in fully Amazon. So we're just keeping it rolling, and it's crazy how the business kind of rolls that way. And it turned out that we are now working with, the absolute WNBA GOAT of the world,
Well, I think it's really funny though that we finished the project. The project came out. It went awesome. And, a couple days after the release, I come to find out that I can't see any Angel stories.
Yeah, me too.
So you too. Okay, so me and Lazy can't see Angel's stories. We're like, what's going on? She's tagging us in posts. It'll be like, Angel McCoughtry tagged you in a post and it says unavailable.
Story unavailable.
But Ryan, you can see it, right?
And the studio Kai Kast.
And the interns can see it. Yep. So basically, we finished a WNBA player's album and then we got blocked. Outside of that stuff, I mean, the Student of the Game project was super cool for us. I mean, it was just really awesome having everybody play like an integral part in the process. And I think soon, everybody at home is going to be able to really see what we're made of. It's not that, we haven't been able to show it off. It's just I feel like we're about to, really start mainstreaming and mainlining, our music and our projects and
our content
and
all that,
our content. So you're really going to start seeing us more often, and you're going to start hearing us more often, whether you know it or not. And that's something I'm really excited about.
That's beautiful.
This Angel project is a really good start to that. It's like it's
ball's
the
rolling.
ignition of the flame of okay, you're gonna start hearing the sound and hearing the culture. Audio Mac is a great place to have that started.
Dude, her party looked lit.
That looked really cool.
They got the Bel Air in there.
Vice TV, the
That looked
audio
really
Mac,
cool.
that was lit.
Well, and so currently, outside of the Angel project, we do a lot of writing and recording and referencing and song making.
Demos.
Outside of the studio business, which I mean, we do run a recording studio here, but I'd say about 50% of it is it's like studio time for clients, and 50% of that is us working on music.
The Studio Kai Music Group.
Studio Kai Music Group, yes.
Yep.
So if you don't know, the Studio Kai Music Group and the Studio Kai Recording Studio are a little bit different.
They're two separate
They're two separate things. So the Studio Kai Music Group is the stuff that the work that we do for clientele that we work on as a team.
Yep.
But when you purchase hourly studio time with us, you're getting one of us.
Yeah.
Or none of us if you want to just rent out the studio.
You can do that too.
So what I think is really nice is that we're really leaning into the Studio Kai Music Group side of things.
Yeah.
And really starting to push our sonic footprint onto artists.
That's the perfect way to put it.
That's where I feel like home too. Like the Studio Kai Music Group is like the creative side. You know what I'm saying? That's like where I like to be. I like to do the recording time too, but it just feels like
I hate doing recording
He's not
time.
that guy.
Anyone can
Hate
do
it.
the technical side of that.
Well,
I
for
want to
me-
be like on the creative process.
I mean, for me, just going back to this Angel project, that was Studio Kai Music Group in full effect.
Facts.
We were here hours and hours staying up late. Like Joe was like, bring your fucking pillows, boys. Like we're fucking getting
Hey,
these
that
done.
was lit.
We had our
Facts.
manager calling. We were sending files back and forth. We were negotiating business as we went. Like this was Studio Kai Music Group in full effect. And I'm telling you, when it's 3, 4, 5 of us all together working, we know how to work together. The chemistry's been there. We're adding other goats to the team. We're training young goats to run the team. All that. So it's just. This project really kind of solidified a lot of those, future thoughts for us. And especially it's great that you put it like that. We're kind of moving more towards that, Studio Kai Music Group side of things.
Absolutely. Yeah. And not that I hate recording time.
I love it.
But I just don't like having my time be valued on an hour.
I get that.
Like if I give you something that is like the best project ever in 10 minutes.
Timeless.
Do you pay me for 10 minutes of the time?
No.
No,
mean,
right?
get your back end people,
That
get your
blows
pub.
my mind. Do I get paid $5 now because I did your Grammy award-winning song in 10 minutes? No, that's not how that goes. That's not art. Like if I can do
This
art
is a real
in
thing.
10 minutes,
This is a real thing.
I should get paid $20,000 for it because I'm that good.
Well, there's that thing where
I
they
spent
say
the time doing it.
Yeah, exactly. There's that thing where they say if Nike came to you and wanted a service, would you charge them the same as a homeboy from your hometown? No, because the exposure and what they're getting out of it is a very high level thing. So now I feel like when something does reach Grammy level, like you better be getting your points, because like I just saw this thing with 50 Cent where
Well, that's why fuck hourly studio time.
I feel you.
Because if
I
they're
feel you.
paying hourly studio time and you get a Grammy for your shit, you have 0%.
Exactly.
Probably.
Exactly.
Because they paid for the time.
for the engineering.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That hurts, man.
It hurts. Yeah, so I don't like hourly studio time. It's not that I don't like the people. I love the clients. I
Right, me
love
too.
working with
Me too,
people.
me too.
There's nothing better. I feel like complete doing it. But I also feel like I am like not giving them the full thing. Like I feel like I'm
holding out or
wasting
something.
time or something just so the hour will finish. You know what I mean? And I don't
No, I
mean to
hear
say
you.
it like I'm like giving people a bad product by any means, but that's just not how I work. You know, like I know that as a fact, and maybe other people feel the same way. But like doing hourly studio time, maybe if you're recording, I totally get it.
It's because me and you are artists, though, so it's like I feel what you're saying, where it's like you want to give your all into the project, not just record them and
absolutely
call it a day or whatever.
Absolutely. So that's why I don't really like hourly studio time too much. It's just not my favorite. I feel like we're just worth so much more than that. Meaning like any person who records here, I feel like deserves to have the team. You know, that's what they want. That's what they really want, whether they're able to say it or not, whether they know it or not. What they want is a team and to be able to really push their music the right way. Because this music shit is not meant for everybody. And if you can't find a team and if you can't, you know, synchronize with some people, then I just don't see how anyone's going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You've seen it time and time again, man.
Yeah.
People without a team are just so far behind. People with a team and just excel like crazies.
Or they're just caught in the weirdest mind loop too, because they have no one else to like run shit by. So they're just like kind of in their home, not suffering alone, but learning alone. And then there's no one to bounce shit off. There's no perspective.
I tell people that all the time.
And like it's a privilege that I was able to, you know, kind of grow up in my music career having people who had done this ahead of me. You know, like that was like absolute holy shit.
Yeah.
That was the determining factor of, you know, why this shit worked for me.
Now we got AI.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, the AI is pissing me off, dude. I'm not scared of my job being taken like other people are, but what I am scared of is the AI getting too powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like I watch too many videos on TikTok of somebody, they'll be like, I trained my AI how to make my dubstep music for 8 months, and then now I release. It's like, what?
Right.
Like, why are you teaching it that? Stop. You're like,
you know what the other thing is?
They're ahead of the curve, though.
You know
Those people are ahead of the curve.
Bro, it's like people, personal opinion, sometimes people do things like that kind of ruin the whole creative human part of shit like this, right? Another one of those is those speed fucking beats on TikTok. Those shits are lit. Like, yo, it's cool that you can make a beat that fire in 30 seconds. Like, that's cool, but relax. Right. You know, like this is supposed to be fun. You know, like we chilling, we being creative, and y'all like, and all I hear is, you know, fucking 1,000 clicks a second on your fucking keyboard.
The internet makes
a joint? Why'd you roll a joint?
What?
Man, I thought you said you rolling a Fronto.
No, I wanted the joint.
Oh, that's crazy.
It looks more classy on camera.
I guess. Man.
We're not smoking the Fronto.
Man, don't do that. Ugh. Vape ass.
It is,
It's not. So is vapes, bro.
Dude, it's like 2 o'clock, dude.
Come on, man. I've already had one. Mr. You guys got coffee in your vapes chuffing like crazy talking about, it's 2 o'clock, bro.
Yeah, but we just woke up. We was over here until like 5 or something. Joe's passed out. Right now it's like 10 a.m. for Joe.
Yeah, I feel, the day shifts. I feel that too.
Yeah, blunt just smells bad right now to me.
I get that. There's that one flavor that smells like fucking guinea pig fucking pellets. Or whatever the fuck. You know, like someone who ever had a hamster, it smells like that, and you're just like, no.
Yeah, but we lit over here, you know? And we starting to expose, and we starting to really get the information out there.
Yeah. That's actually some game I saw on the internet the other day on TikTok was this guy talking about the advantage of being able to smoke in your studio versus not, especially when you're starting out. You know, and how, you know, there's this Willie Nelson or someone was in the studio and he was like, I can smoke this in here, and the engineer didn't know any better and was like, oh, you have to go outside. And he's like, okay, and then they didn't come back the next day. You know, like, so like, shout out being able to smoke in the stew, man. That's a big one.
Well, but on the other side of things, like owning the studio, it's like it's kind of a chore having to make sure that the space is clean for clients, which is it is tough when you have guys that are like down to smoke anytime. You know.
Okay. Let this be addressed. Joe is very good at cleaning, and he's a very clean guy.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
And we fully believe that. But sometimes it really do be 5 a.m. and we smoke too much, and it's time to go, and the Wendy's cups get left in the other room.
Yeah, but shout out the interns though, because they keep this bitch right.
Bad, but you know, everyone, you know, what is it? More hands make less work. That's another one. Cleanliness, godliness.
I think that it helps give everyone purpose.
I just think, all right, this is from an engineer's perspective. I don't think that anyone should be in the studio smoking like Drake. Like if you're in the studio lighting up 3 blunts, you know, like with all your homies it's like that's not cool. Like I don't think that that's acceptable. Like that's not how anybody smokes. Like I don't know anyone who does that.
Right. People just come to the studio.
No one does that in real life. But then they get in the studio and they're fucking Drake.
Rolling six.
And now they have Grammys and they got millions of dollars. And it's like, I'm not going to say anything about the 6 blunts they just rolled up and lit at the same time. You're going to gas me out, bro. I can't think. I smoke a lot of dope. And there's no way that I'm going to let that shit happen. Even Drake wouldn't do that. I don't think.
That's the shit that's gonna make me
I'm
turn
not
down
gonna
a
lie.
blunt.
I'm all the way with it. I'm all the way for it.
I'm about it, but
Nope.
also it's not. I see how it's not sustainable, and you know what happens when you reach hour 4 of that session? You know, you're just like,
Why I think you're cool with it is because if Drake did it, you wouldn't care. But if, random ass dude who has SoundCloud who has 200 followers does it, you're gonna be like, no.
If it's Reggie's, don't do that. But if it's some good shit, I'm there for it.
I think
I'm
there's
here
a
for the
difference.
blunts.
There's a difference if it's shit you rolled or stuff they rolled.
Yeah.
I don't smoke nobody's weed. I don't trust. I mean, like,
I'm
this
with
is,
you that-
this is
bro.
advice for everybody. Don't take other people's drugs, especially don't smoke other people's weed. Get your own shit. Do your own shit. You know
Yeah,
it's good.
facts,
You know what I mean? Get good stuff. Make sure it's good. Don't be using other people's stuff. I do not smoke my clients' weed.
I'm not
It's
gonna lie.
bad.
There was one time
Usually.
I had a session with these people. I'm not gonna name drop, but I think they were tweaking. I think they were like fucking lacing their shit or something, and that was a big red flag for me. You know
someone asked me that the other day.
what?
Like, my girl could hit that. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, it's not anything weird in it, right? And I'm like, what? He's like, you didn't put anything in there? I'm like, good weed, you know, like. And he's like, oh, for sure, you got to check. And I'm like, do you? Damn, like I forget. It's like that.
How about you don't hit it then?
Yeah, no, I was.
hit it. Just
Oh
don't hit
yeah,
it.
I'm a hospitable guy. You paying for the time. You getting the service, man. You getting the hospitality. But like, it was just hilarious to be like triple checked like that. And I was like, man, dude, like, do people be doing that these days
bro.
again?
They do.
I just remember hearing about like the K2 back in the day and the people putting, PCP or whatever in their shit. But that is crazy that
I've
people are on
personally
that
never
again.
dealt with it, thank God. Yeah, that's some weird stuff. So yeah, moral of the story is like, just don't take anything from your clients. I really don't usually
Right.
take much. Like even if they want to give me drinks or whatever it is, I'm usually like on the side of like, no, if I don't have
Drinks
my
I don't
own,
do anymore.
it's gonna be a
I don't do the
no.
drinks anymore.
Yeah, not that I'm trying not to be a buzzkill. It sounds like I'm a buzzkill when I talk about it,
No.
but I'm just coming from the professional side of things because like my brain is always like, yeah, I'm down to get turned. You know, I'm down to have
Right.
fun with you guys and stuff. But I always do need to remember that like any one thing that throws me off is gonna throw me off.
Yeah, that's
Like,
big.
and if I have my own bottle or I have my own kush or I have my own whatever, I'm good. But if I start, just in the moment taking
the
people's
outside
shit or taking a
variables.
shot, doing this stuff, I'm losing my focus.
Right.
It's just what it is. I know that is a fact. I might still really make a great record,
Right.
but I just know as a fact I'm losing my focus.
No, I feel you. Like when I do that, when I'm recording people in engineering, I'm trying to give them a timeless product.
Exactly, yeah.
You know,
Like, I'm
like,
trying-
I'm like,
I'm
we're
on the
trying
clock,
to make a
yeah.
grand. We're gonna go platinum off this. Like I can't be not on my A game. You know.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's where the 6 blunts gets me is because, bro, like, no one needs to smoke that many blunts and that much tobacco in one sitting, bro. That's more than a cigarette, bro, for sure.
That's my whole point.
And
Is
so
that
when
it's
you
not
get
regular.
when you get overstimulated and you're already stimulated trying to work really good and you got people like, yo, I can do this, yo, run it back, like, I get you, man. It is that is a wise engineer's advice to like, don't put too many variables in the equation, man. I was just thinking about this morning while I was smoking. I was on my phone while I was smoking and I was like, wait, I think I'm gonna try from now on to only be like, kind of have one stimulant at once. Like I don't need to be like fucking working really hard and smoking a blunt and be on my phone. Like I don't need to be on TikTok while I'm watching TV. I don't need to be like that. That double up is like, man, too much free dopamine. And you know how you feel after that shit. Once you finally put the phone down, you're going to be like, oh, I'm all foggy headed. That was weird. I was just on my phone for an hour. Like,
I really think that's something that people don't notice. But I notice it, and I bet you would notice it in me. Like when somebody is like on their phone, while you're like chilling, like you watch a motherfucker go distant.
Yeah.
You watch their brain just go
hate
to
that,
nothing.
yeah.
And then when they're done on their phone, whenever they decide to end
They're like-
TikTok, or whatever it is, you're like, it's like whatever happened earlier is gone.
yeah.
Like it's one of the weirdest things of all time. It is so weird.
Now
But-
that with drugs, weed, anything you're taking in the stew, it's
but
the
on
same
the side of what do you call it, stimulants, on the side
Things
of
that stimulate your
on the
brain.
things that are like on stimulation, I have this thing where like I'm a musician, right? I'm a professional music guy, right? So I think it's only right to be desensitized to music. I feel like
Kinda just happened.
music shouldn't affect me the same way that it does the normal audience. That's what I believe.
I feel
and I
that.
believe that's the same way for directors and movies and stuff. When they watch movies, they're not watching it for what it is. You know?
Yeah.
They're never watching it.
That's
for
actually
face
the
value.
prereq. They're
you
like-
can't.
deeper. Mm-hmm. It's like a step deeper.
So that's where I am with the music stuff, where I kind of allow it to. I'm like desensitized to music a little bit.
Yeah.
So I like being in the mindset sometimes of being overstimulated. because then I can just be a vessel for fucking music. Sometimes it works in the adverse effect,
That's what we're talking about.
Which I understand. But I do think that's where I find my zone is when I confuse myself into being in the zone.
It's like creative trickery.
When you like kind of like force yourself to get in the zone, you can find it. You know, I don't have a problem with that. But I do find something in like, you know, going playing a video game and then just like zombieing over to the controls and then just doing some shit and not thinking about it, you know? And
It's more like it does. You don't find it; it finds you.
Yo, so aside from all this, you know, studio stuff, we are all, you know, artists in our own right as well, and we all focus making our own art and our own sonic footprint to all like sell almost. You know, like so if you wanted to work with us, you can see exactly what we can do for you.
That's what's gonna happen.
Demo catalog.
Yep.
And Lazy recently you put out your new song Nobody But Us.
Yep.
Which was awesome. And I got to see you over the past maybe like 2 years learn how to play piano.
Yeah.
And that has been awesome.
Thank you,
like it's like starts with the Kingdom Hearts theme song and it moves on
That
to
is where
like
it started, dude.
making your own stuff. And I love that. I love that so much. And you've gotten really good, dude. You've gotten really good. You've gotten to the point where you've dropped your own song with like, you know, like you singing on your piano.
Let's go.
So that's awesome. Yeah, I love that so much. But like Lazy, tell us about the Nobody But Us. Tell us about it.
Nobody But Us is probably one of my favorite songs I released so far. And you're right. So that started with me. That entire song was just, I mean, you guys were there. I was just playing on the piano, just the chords and singing.
Because you were trying to learn, right, to play and sing at the same time.
Yeah. And I made the whole song with just the piano and me. And then I was here maybe like three times, dude. And I could not record it, you know, because it was not on the BPM or whatever, and I'm just so used to like the grid and tempo and all that it kept confusing me. And like it was just that beginning part. And I remember I had to come in and I asked Ryan, I was like, bro, like I need some help with this song, you know, because I don't know what to do, you know? And if we didn't record it that day, I was fed up, dude.
When we finished the first cut that day, you were like, I was ready to just
I was so fed up because I liked the song, but I was like, I can't play it to a click or whatever because like the feeling of it like dies, you know? I tried playing it to a click one time and it just sounded not the same. And also that Juno is like detuned or something. So when I try to put MIDI instruments and just plug it in versus having to play at the same time, it didn't sound the same. Like the same notes would be not the same. So I'm like, dude, I have to play it. I can't avoid not using the Juno or else the song is not going to be what it is, you know? And
chasing that feeling, that's good.
And like after that, we recorded it, and then we did some scratch drums, and we had PD come in and put some drums on it, and
that fucking snare.
Yeah, and then we had the wet log snare.
Yo, okay, so we put this reference snare on, and we liked the vibe of the snare sample because it wasn't a rim and it wasn't like a fucking hip hop snare. It was like somewhere in between. It's kind of cool. But it was really like, what did you guys say, pillowy, you know? And 4 different people in a day.
Damp.
In a day.
Yeah.
You're in J. Craig and Joe mixed the final, and then they were like,
no,
you gotta change that.
It was over for me when Joe said it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Joe, he was really fresh on it. Like I was like, I
had never really heard it.
Exactly. So when I was like really trying to show Joe, as soon as he was done, he was like, that was amazing, dude. But like, there was like 2 pieces of advice for you. He was like, that snare? And I was like, oh no.
And we were instantly like, it's gone.
I don't even remember the second thing.
I didn't even know that anyone else had said anything.
Bro, I couldn't even remember the second thing you said because you said snare and it was just a trigger word. I was like, oh shit. I gotta change that fucking snare, dude. This shit was over with.
You did, it wasn't good.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
But the new snare,
and I had to get fresh ears for that, dude.
Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah.
I didn't want to show Joe until it was like, yo, man, I'm gonna release this. And I need your professional opinion, you know?
Well, that's a tool, man. Having someone who has no perspective, no feelings or perspective.
You're right, but some people, like Joe's really honest with me.
Facts.
Some people aren't, they'll just be like, dude, you are great. You know, you're amazing, all this shit. And I need an honest opinion, you know?
But it was like with the video too, is like, who didn't we show it to? Like D-Bakes and Louis or something?
Yeah.
Until it was done.
Yep.
Like we had like people who would have a fresh ear or eye at different points in the process. And I think that was actually something we didn't mean to do this time, but it kind of just like happened along the way.
The more that the song started coming together, I was like, I was starting to do that where like, I don't want to show, because you guys could see what we're doing every day. You guys could see my shit every day. but I really wanted to get like your fresh
shot,
like your guy. I don't care about other people's opinions. That's another thing is I care about your guys' opinions and their opinions, you know. Yeah. And I needed like a real one, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna drop this song. It's 4 minutes long. There's no chorus. I don't want to like let people know these things. I just want them to have the experience and then just see what they say, you know. Because in my head, I was tweaking about it not being
the video quality,
industry, some shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, but I really like it. I really like what's going on here. And when we did the video too, it started off with the stick figures. Remember the day
Well, Ryan, you basically directed the video, right? Well, like you guys directed it together, you know.
Yeah, but he came up with like he did a lot of that.
Yeah. So I mean that whole thing was dope for me because I was telling you guys, you know, not a month or so ago, like I'm trying to hop in this director bag, and I had shot a couple of videos for Vic Van Gogh. Shout out Vic Van Gogh. I don't think he put them out yet, but they're lit. They're really good video, and the whole point is they're low budget, highly cinematic, and like they have a twist on them. You know, like the shot is either super movie like or it's like fucking weird. Like I have him in the dark sparking a lighter in a scene. You know, like there's shit like that like, you know, in yours you have a candle in front of you, like that made the scene. Yeah. And you don't even know.
Right.
You know, you wouldn't even know like that the candle was actually the thing that made that last shot.
And
lit.
that it was daytime and that it was, when we were shooting that.
Yeah, that too.
But it looked like
that is cool.
It looked like it was hours past, you know.
But no, it was just good. I'm glad, you know, bro gave me the opportunity to really kind of see this through and put it to life. You know, it's on his budget. You know, it's his shit. So that was just like, you know, love on that. But you know, I also really came to play. I really had the plan, and I'm really trying to do this shit. Like, and I'm not gonna half-ass it. I'm not gonna say like it could have been better. I really wanted it to be right. And if you don't plan, you plan to fail. So
yeah.
I was on FaceTime with him for an hour.
Dude, you remember when I called him and he was like pissed? Yeah. Remember, I was like, Ryan, I need you to watch these videos.
Yeah, I was mad.
He's like, dude, don't say that to me, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that was so funny.
You know when, yeah, you guys were all hearing that, I bet. But yeah, it was just one of those things where like lazy presses you in a way where it's non-bullshit and he doesn't care what your excuse is. You need to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm very like, I do a lot and I overstimulate and overstress about things sometimes. And then he called me in one of those moments when I had just done like 50 fucking things that day and he was like, I need you to do these. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna fucking do it. You know, I was like, don't fucking do that. And you know, it was stupid, but that's what I love.
That was good for me too, though. It was testing me. I can't fold. I can't.
No, respectfully,
you know? It was good. I'm not mad.
No, it was perfect. Dude, and that's the thing about families. Like, you're already in good graces. Like I say all the time, like I actually only really fight with my family and my people closest to me. I don't give a fuck about whoever, this and that. Like I'm not there for the smoke on that. But like me and my family, me and my boys, we can sit there and beef something out and it'll be okay and we'll grow from it. You know, and that was something that took years and years and years, almost a decade at some point, of us really trial and error and button heads and getting good at communicating and learning
not knowing
together.
How bad we are at communicating.
Not knowing how bad we are. I mean?
Oh my God.
Still getting that
every day of my life.
And but no, like the director thing, like I feel like I've had good ideas for shit for years, and until I came at it correctly, saw the right opportunity, like
bro, you came
it
out
wasn't
left
gonna
field with that shit.
Yeah, you were just like, really?
And then when you came up and he was like, man, I really want, and I was like, Ryan's been here the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, why am I just now like getting wind of this or whatever? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I had my
up.
trials and my fails before that too. I remember shooting this one video in the city, and I don't even think it turned into a video. Like he just had to use it for snippets or whatever. You know?
Right.
But regardless, like you're right. Like it was actually something I had to kind of have a little faith in first.
Right.
Before you were like, oh yeah, like Ryan can do it. You know.
Yeah. Right. No, that was dope, bro. That was amazing. That was like my favorite video ever. More to come.
Shout out Calvin.
Yeah, shout out Calvin and Kayla and
shout out
Ryan and
Olivia.
Olivia and Joe and Jay Craig and D-Bakes and Louie and everybody, man.
That
shit was lit.
Yeah. And then now, quite possibly, I might be getting the Vernon Hill band on.
Yes,
something.
sir.
So,
Hey,
so
let's go. Yeah.
I gotta have a stick figure meeting with him, man.
Yeah.
Where we draw off the scenes, man. And
It's funny because you are a stick figure motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
but I used to
that
do the
shit is lit.
post-its where you draw the
No.
cartoon.
No, remember those YouTube videos where it's like stick figures
stick figures
fighting?
on crack, yeah.
That was you.
Yo, that shit was cool as fuck.
That's why I think it's so funny that you're doing everything with stick figures.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Because you were totally on the stick figure wave.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I know that as a fact.
I can draw stick figures. You know.
I know that as a fact. Yeah. Me personally, I've been in the video bag as well for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean, we did that 305 theater video like forever ago. Remember?
Yeah,
we've been on it for a long time.
The
OG one with the shopping cart.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta drop that shit. Bro. That was awesome.
But I've been doing videos as well for a little while. And I think a lot of it kind of comes from, like, I just don't like how people make me look. You know, I that's just really what it is. It's not that I don't trust, you know, other video people or whatever it is, but I just don't like how they make me look. Like, they don't, like, capture my, you know, they, like, I feel like there's, okay, this is my thing, but I always feel like there's a moment that they'll take of me not in my bag. And I'm like, bro, like, that was me, like, not acting. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, I need to be performing.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, you can't use any of that.
There has to be respect.
Exactly, though.
Yeah, that's just my thing. And I'd much rather have one of us, you know, work on it where, like, you guys know what I look like and, like, know what we're going
I'm telling
for.
you, Ryan's got that in the bag, though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He knows us so well. Like,
It's also, there's a threshold too. Like, it's really easy to come up with ideas and contents, and then like really like look at the pros and cons of it real quick, see if this is even a good idea, and move the fuck on. You know, because like I feel like there was a lot of scenes where we were sketching it up, and I was like, man, no. You know, you were like, no,
we
no.
didn't
and,
need
like,
them.
Exactly. You know, like, and that's where it's like knowing you, knowing the kind of vibe, knowing your inspirations, like. You like, I feel like this can, you know.
But Joe, what Joe's talking about is like physically how the way to capture him is not right. But like the way that when it's kind of directed and all that, you can get it so right. And it's like when I would see the stick figures, but I saw a clear picture in my head, you know, because the stick figures.
And actually, I wanted to comment on that. Like, I remember when I was getting into this industry, and like I didn't like fully go to school. I went to like a little institute school, and there was, you know, this or that. Even before that, I was very like nervous about conveying my idea in the right industry way, or like you know, if I don't know how to do this, or like if I don't know how to read sheet music, knowing how to be like dun, 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 and to the pianist who can, you know. And I think with this video and a lot of the other things we've done in the last, you know, year or so have solidified that like you just make it work, and you don't need to worry about shit like that, you know. Like, and it's really just that communication and striving to work on things like that so that you can reach a new level or explain something a different way, or
just the right way.
Or the right way, really make the sale, close the sale, whatever it is, you know, like, and I just want to say, like, I don't know all the names of the shots, you know, I don't know the names of mics like I do with audio.
No, me neither, dude,
and he doesn't, and the guy we filming, he taught himself too, or the guy who filmed it, Kelvin, he taught himself too, but he knows this shit, you know. Regardless, what I'm trying to say here is, you gotta just jump in and learn as you go, and you gotta do it with other people, and because you will learn through repetition the actual right way to say something, or the actual right way to convey the idea, or the actual right way to close the sale. And you get to talk about it with other people. Like, I feel like if Joe never came to me and be like, do you know how to like sell yourself, like as a product or as like as a business, I would never have thought about it in the first place. And I would have been in my bedroom like, yeah, 30 an hour, come through, you know, like I got some 7B, you know.
That's some like profound ass questions though.
Exactly. And you know, shout out, you know, Joe for always, you know, leading us forward with questions like that, because I swear to God, you'll say some shit and you'll be like on about it. Like, you'll be like, this is like, I'm passionate about this. Like, why have we not figured this out? And I'm like, I didn't even think about it.
Like, why haven't we? Yeah, right.
And I'm like, oh no. Like, and that's the blind spot thing we were talking about the other day, where, you know, I can see what you don't see about yourself. And you can see the same to me, and it goes in a circle. And it's great that there's three of us, because, you know, two can outvote one, and there's a lot of dynamics to this that work in particular. But really what I'm trying to say here is growing together and doing this stuff together and having these conversations actually leads us to, I feel like, being in a position to be finally capturing Joe correctly, or finally capturing Lazy correctly.
Yeah, like,
you know, like I sat in the back of so many videos, bro. Come on, like, I didn't do nothing, you know, like
insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely
and
insane.
now it's like, I see us releasing some dope fucking videos this year.
No, we're about to,
like,
bro.
The one we were planning.
It's a whole shift of energy,
right? I'm excited about, bro. I just gotta write it up.
Yeah, the one that you guys about to do is
I really think that it's like a lot of what you're saying is like we need to like care about each other and like actually, you know, support each other. And like it's hard to like even, I'm kind of trying to come up with the right words for it, but what it really is like, yeah, we can have a conversation, you know, and I can give you your blind spots, but how much do I really care about you enough to make sure that it happens?
Right.
You know, because
that's
like I can say it to you, but I know humans enough to know that it's not going to happen right now. And it might not happen tomorrow. And their brain might not have even clicked on what I said.
Most likely, bro.
Or likewise, I know myself too. You know, so it's really good to have those blind spot conversations, but it's better to have those blind spot actions. You know, and where people take an action like you did with Lazy's video, and you're like, well, I believe in it, I'm gonna do it. You know, whether we're doing it or not. And that's the action that go, because the words are great. I love hearing it. Of course, I love when people keep my chin up and keep me moving on. Of course, I'm going to keep keeping on. But what I really need from people that are around me, that are in my circle, is to support me physically.
Accountability.
Lift the chin up.
Keep me moving and like make sure things are actually happening if I'm not doing it myself, because like humans naturally just sabotage themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what, you know, Taylor Swift or these giant artists, that's what they have, is so much coverage of, there's not going to be any error.
Yeah.
No matter how much they want to sabotage themselves, fly away to Italy, whatever it is, do what they want to do, hide away, you just can't.
Right.
Because everything is going to be set up and covered, and that's what we need for each other.
Right.
And you be saying, I like to be like, I told you, but like, and you go, you told me once, and I'm like, yeah. You know, like that one hit recently where I'm like, if you really care about getting it done for that person, like understand the level of accountability that is needed, you know, for that to happen.
Accountability is not just a one time.
And understand that, you know, your 50% might have to be a little more than 50%. You know, it's not always about meeting people halfway. It's about making it easy for people. It's about caring about people. Yeah. You know, like if Joe's trying to go to the gym more, if Lady's trying to go to the gym more, and I'm not at their fucking door, who am I to be like, well, I told you we should go to the gym, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And I think there's just a level of, man, something you were saying earlier, I had something, I don't remember, but you were saying something about,
like making the actions to
yes, the actions. I can't trust a word out of anyone's mouth anymore. You know, it's really the actions for me. And I know from y'all, and especially recently, that it's like the actions and the repetition and the having the conversation over that really solidifies things getting done.
Well, what I can say about the validity of what people say is that it's the same thing as music. It's like you either know it's going to be true or a lie.
Yeah.
It's really like that easy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like everything needs to be taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
You know, like meaning like when people say something to you, you know that they might be truthful about it.
Yep.
But like later on, it might be a lie. You know,
Exactly.
but like or you don't even know. So it's like
It's the action for me.
the words are not exactly something that we need to like hold on to as much, but it is what starts the conversation. What starts,
base level
what starts
thing.
the action. The conversation is what starts the action. 100%. And you need to have that.
The repetition and accountability, like it's
I just
all
wouldn't
fucking
say that
wrapped
it's like I don't trust what people say, because I can trust that someone is either lying to me, or I can trust that someone isn't being as genuine, or I can trust that someone isn't passionate about it, or I can whatever. I can see through things.
It's more like I just can't take word value on things.
Right.
Like I just can't. Like it's the action for me, and we've been through many situations and this and that where like it was a lot of talk and not a lot of action, and it was really easy for me to get upset about it. But now like I don't have that high expectation of everything this person says they're gonna do. You know, maybe that's, you know, a little untrustful of me, but it's also just, you know, I'm not naive, and when people do action, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go, bro.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me? Like. That's what gets me going, is when people say some shit and then they go and fucking do it. When an artist says, yeah, I'm going to get back on my shit. Like, you know how many times I hear that shit, you know, from how many different artists? But then when I see them do it, I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, shout out Kojo did that. You know, that's another artist who throughout our whole history, you know, of Studio Kai has been with us. And on and off and on and off. And he just dropped something dope. He's got a whole campaign rolling out for it. And like, it's stuff like that. It's that change where like, oh, Now it's serious. Now they're actually doing it. You know, all those things they said wasn't a lie. It just had to take a little bit. You know, or whatever you were saying.
Too,
you know,
though.
like, yeah, Devin 2
is going crazy.
Bro. Yeah, shout out Devin, bro. Shout out Vivid. Like it's just it's that, you know, foot to pavement, get it going shit that gets me like so amped for anything.
Right.
Even if we don't work with them, I'm just like, yes, bro. I love people doing what they say.
Because like everybody knows that people are good. You know.
Yeah.
Like we all know these people are amazing at what they do, but when you actually see them working on it and like actively doing something about it and just winning and stuff, it's like, oh,
that fucking gets me like let's
go.
go.
You definitely deserve that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, dude, when you put your music video and dropped, I wasn't really a part of much of it, you know, like other than recording the drums for your project, and like I didn't even know what mixing phases things were in and this and that, and like just like when it dropped and how clean it rolled out, and like how actually, you know, I did see the Joe Vernon character brand in, you know, in action, and I was like, oh, this, and he was telling me about this for weeks, you know, and he fucking did it. You know, like Lazy saying he wants to finish this song and then fucking doing it. You know, that shit. I just want to do that over and over and over the rest of my life. You know,
We're about to, man.
Yeah.
It's a whole shift. It's definitely a whole shift.
Well, like as for the release that I did for the Vernon Hill stuff,
I want to talk about that.
So like I recently like converted my music over to a band, you know, like I'm now like they.
Yep.
Yeah, so Vernon Hill is now a they, you know, so which is a good thing. And I mean, my whole history is metal music and band stuff. So I'm really happy to be doing this kind of stuff. But what I really want to like speak on about like even anything with us is like I know what goes on internally. You know, I know what happens amongst us, you know, in our releasing schedules and what we're supposed to be doing and this, that. And I know how tight deadlines get.
Right.
Like I know how tight shit gets. And after doing my project, I really realized how much like managerial effort every project really needs.
Yeah.
And if you don't manage your project and actually like, you know, not be nice sometimes, you know, like you have to sometimes be
Get what you need.
a little
Right.
rude, you
Yep.
know, like I don't mean to be rude, but I'm going to be.
Just be straight.
And that's the only way shit's going to get done. Because I know like, I know how your project went. I know how our stuff has gone in the past. And I'm not saying anything went bad, but it just really sucks when stuff is just like at the deadline.
Yep.
Like nothing is fucking worse than that.
Yeah.
Like it just like halts me or something. That's something that just pisses me off. When like I'm waiting for something or I have something like it's just not prepared.
Right.
Prepare
You
and
know?
plan, people.
Yeah, so especially having a band now, it's like you really have to like manage
Just
this
coordinate.
stuff. Yeah, you have to coordinate and plan and coordinate and plan. And it is a big pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it is totally worth it when you have people around you that are like willing to help you out and, you know, put in the effort. But
Right.
the product of that is Ryan being like, I don't even know what happened with your project. I just know it happened.
Yep.
You know, and that's kind of the product of it, you know, because like you end up kind of losing sight on anything but getting it done.
Right.
You know, it's like I'm not, you know, here to make anyone, you know, feel like I'm their friend or whatever it is. It's like I just need to get it done. You know, or else the deadlines are going to be too close, and I'm going to be like freaking out.
No, that's what's up. So have you found working with, you know, now a band situation, have you found that things still roll and you're still getting things done, you know, still new stuff, new progress is being made?
I think the hardest thing about it is like sacrificing my ego with the band because like I've always had creative control in my music. I've
Right.
always had 100% creative control. And it's a little bit different now because my Vernon Hill brand is like I'm the genre bender. You know, I'm down to do any genre. I don't really care too much. Jay Craig, get the fuck out of here. Man. Stop staring at me, dude. This guy's a pain in the ass.
It's hard not to get distracted, man.
Jay Craig just like full staring.
He walked down here, NBA young boy hard body.
NBA young boy hard bodied. So the problem I'm having recently is like I want to make like different genres, you know, genres that I'm not comfortable making, and like I am trying to make music together, you know, and I'm trying to allow ideas to come in, and I feel that if I don't have 100% creative control, it's not going to come out the way I want it to.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of the ego talking, you know, and so that's the thing I'm battling right now. Everything else is amazing, like having teamwork, having multiple people to pay for things, like one of the best things ever, right? Seriously, it's amazing. But
Honestly, Joe, you don't show it. You know, you don't show it. Like I don't think at all anyone this whole time was like, "Oh, Joe's ego's getting in the way of the band." So
No,
just know, like
yeah.
on the external, like no one's thinking
It's looking good.
No, it's looking
Yeah,
good.
it's looking
bro, you
good.
know?
Yeah,
but I feel
figured.
you internally. You're like, I gotta, you know, and you were in a band before. So you
Yeah.
do briefly when you were younger. Remember, you know what that was like. You know,
Right,
not,
he knows what
not
he's talking
having
about.
Well, but
creative
if Les
control.
was here every day, things would be perfect.
I
You know,
feel
like
that.
if Les was here
Shout out
all the
Lester.
time, dude, we'd be great.
Yeah.
Because me and Les are like, you know, we
Perfect.
can blend those ideas very well. But like working with John or Vince, you know, is like a little bit different for me because I haven't worked with them as much.
Yeah, I mean, you and
I mean, like me and
Les
Vince are
worked for
like
years.
so tight, bro, and
Yeah.
like we'll cook up to anything. And me and John are getting really freaking tight too. But it's just like that weird thing where you tell yourself like if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself kind of
feel
thing.
that, yeah.
And like it always does ring true or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's called a self-fulfilling prophecy, where you believe something and then you kind of like subconsciously have your life play out so that is true. You know what I'm saying? I have the same thing, bro. Like, I'm really bad at, you know, asking for help, and I'm really bad at delegating. You know, that's a big one you've helped me with. And I think I realize it's really hard for me to be like, they won't fuck it up, or I could just do it myself, or I can find the time. When really it's actually not about that. It's about it's about getting it done, and it's about, I don't know, making sure everyone has a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's just you got to be able to describe well enough, like who should be a part of the project and for what, because like I should be giving 100% to what I do best, but I shouldn't be delegating myself too much.
Yeah.
Like I should be like letting the mixing engineer do his job. I should let the guitarist do his job, let the drummer do his job. That's not my job. But I got to do 100% in my lane. That's what I got to give 100% to. Just likewise as anybody else.
Right.
Like, and that's the part of things I got to remember. Like taking my ego out of things a little bit. I just got to do my thing, well. And if people want to do what I'm doing too, I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
Like that's totally great.
I like to like that too. Like if I'm going to collaborate with people, I usually just try to be a support. Like feed off my energy or use whatever type of shit. But I don't want to like tell you how to do what you're doing. Like if whatever you're gonna do, let's just expand on that, But like, unless you really want my input or something, I'm just here to help you figure out what you're trying to say.
Lazy, remember you said, we were talking and you were like, dude, I want to be like the Gordon Ramsay of music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you just like can't because music is not food. And like food is like, this is how you prepare this. And music is like, there's no wrong way. Yeah. So it's like hard to be like Gordon Ramsay where you're like, you're fucking it up. It's like, so I don't feel right being like, you're fucking it up.
Right.
I don't want to do that because I feel like a dick instead of like smart Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where Lazy and I actually kind of got along once we started making music together, really, like a few years ago, was that like, I'm okay with directness. I'm okay with someone being like, you should do it this way. Like, I'll try it out. It's going to take me 2 minutes.
But that's not the Gordon Ramsay way.
No, it's not. What I'm saying is this, is like Lazy likes that because I'm down. He'll be like, no, you should do it like this. I'm telling you. He'll just go dead face. He's like, I'm telling you, just do it this way. And I'm like, okay. Save that somewhere else. Try again. I feel like that's where we originally clicked. I feel like when we started Studio Kai, like I didn't even fucking know who you were. And then years in, it became like, oh, I can talk straight to this kid and we can get some shit done.
I'll never forget Lazy was like, hey Joe, remember Ryan's your friend?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
At first it was a different dynamic.
It was a weird dynamic.
It was me.
Joe was like, just wait.
Yeah. I set that one up pretty good.
No, me and Ryan been working, like we have a very different workflow now than we ever used to. It's pretty dope. I can be direct with Ryan. And I can be direct.
As you should. You should. I hate when there's like weird, like I can't be direct with people or like.
Yeah.
Ready? Here's what gets me is when people are being professional and I can't say something straight without it affecting the emotional. Right. That really gets me. Like, I've had many people I've worked with where like, actually if I could just be straight and tell you what's up, like this wouldn't be a problem. But the fact is that I have to change my delivery that much just so you don't get upset.
And you start performing
That's completely unprofessional. And like, it doesn't show very easily, but you notice it over time. And like, things like that are a cancer to me.
Well, when you said changing your delivery, you sparked PTSD in my brain. Because I've had so many girls and people in my life tell me that I need to work on my delivery.
I'm just direct.
And I have gotten to the point where I'm like, fuck off. Just fuck right off.
I'm just like, you gotta be an adult and be able to handle people telling you shit in my head. And we're in a hard-headed industry. And like, I love that, we all agree on topics like this because it just makes me go, yeah, fuck it, because I agree with you, bro. Like, you're right. Delivery is important, and you should talk to your mom different than you talk to your homies, obviously. But like, I feel being direct is important, and if you can't have people around you who can deal with the directness, then you can't stoop to them. They have to rise to you, and if they can't, things happen.
Yeah, no, I feel that. That's where the band stuff is at for sure.
Your band, you have a very healthy band dynamic. We've known these people for years. I've known John for years. You obviously are new to John, but like, that's a solid fucking dude. Like,
dude, Les just had a kid.
Yeah, that. Wow, let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, I know it's just crazy because I remember being young and like being in school suspension and watching videos of bands and stuff, and you'd learn about these bands that are having kids and getting married and this, that, and they're not going on tour because this reason, and I'm like, damn, here we are.
Wow.
Like, isn't that crazy?
So funny.
I'm like, here, like I would never have thought, but of course life moves on.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations,
Love
Les.
you.
Yeah, our dude Les had a kid, so he's not really around right now. He hasn't been around really for the past little while. Yeah, he's been in school.
Hey, but when he pulls up though.
Yeah, when he pulls up, he's in the chair.
Yep.
Exactly. Les will forever be a music man for sure.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But he'll be out of school soon, and he has a baby now. He's got a few bands that he's working with, and I love Les, but I just wish he was here more often.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one thing. I just wish
too.
Les was here more often because he is
He
so
always
good.
Irish goodbyes me. Like he'll always like not come dap me up before he leaves, and he'll just go, and I'll be like, Les, like, I fucking love you, man. What the fuck? It's funny as fuck. I respect it. You know, I'm about the Irish goodbye.
Well, Ryan? Are you ever gonna like make music, bro? You ever gonna put any songs out?
That's a good question. Maybe. Probably.
Maybe.
Probably. I don't know. I just, dude, I love, man. I see my gain. I can see my shit.
Audio engineers.
No, I mean, I feel like I make a lot of music, so I have a demo folder of over, I think, like 50 something songs that, you know, I've over.
If you were to make a country album, what would your artist name be?
Country album, it'd be like something Dillard or something. It'd be like Ryan Dillard.
Ryan Dillard.
I could do the country
That's
draw.
great. Yeah. Lazy, if you were to make a tech house album, what would your name be?
I don't know. It'd be like
It'd be like something foreign.
Young Sushi.
Young Sushi's fire,
I
yeah.
was gonna say like, this is Lazarus E. This is Lazarus E. Tune in on BBC Radio 1.
That's cool. I like that. Okay, also like just random question for you guys. What's your favorite emo band?
Taking Back Sunday.
Really? Okay.
I really like My Chemical Romance and Hawthorne Heights, so.
I played with Hawthorne Heights.
That's
Dude,
raw.
yo, Joe's played with so many people, bro.
OG.
Oh my god.
OG.
Bro, if you knew the bands Joe like has fucking played with, bro, oh my god.
Veil of Maya, North
Bro,
Lane.
he was there. You know,
Good
like
bands,
I wasn't really there in the punk scene. I wasn't there. I kind of, I was out there, but Joe was there. You know, he was outside in the fucking scene.
Yeah.
He was that dude in the scene.
We
playing with
sucked.
all the bands you liked. And I still have his demo sitting in my nightstand, bro, from GPO Studios. What's GPO Studios,
Get
bro?
pooped on.
And that's him and Les, bro. That's from like what?
That was Les's
That's like
basement,
2011 in Les's basement that they was
Yeah.
making music together, and it's 2022.
Actually, it's funny you say that because that's kind of where the Studio Kai thing started.
Exactly.
Where I tried to brand Les's basement. Yeah, I was like, Les, we got to start a studio in your basement. You know, we'll call it GPO Studio.
You got a drummer VST, and you went, we could fucking just make drums down there.
Yeah, Les's dad like bought Pro Tools and like Easy Drummer and
Wow, easy drummer.
all these nice things.
And then that little red guitar tone thing.
the Line 6
Yes,
pod.
bro. Yes, I still have that at my crib.
That thing's a piece of shit. No, but it's also not though. You know,
legendary.
like Asking Alexandria, Attack, like those are all their tones. Yeah, classic digital guitar tones. The beginning of it. Interesting. Yeah.
What are you listening to lately in the world of the scene?
I mean, I'm listening to a lot of Midwest emo. I'm listening to like
TikTok's loving that shit right
like
now.
Free Throw or like I'm listening to like, you know, pop punk and stuff, trying to like I didn't listen to a lot of pop punk when I was younger, trying to like get more into it. But I'm huge into metal. I'm listening to like Make Them Suffer, Veil of Maya.
Fire.
You know, like
That new
heavy
Veil of Maya
stuff.
was crazy.
Yeah, it was really good.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
I'm just into like genty stuff. I'm into like crazy like patterns and then I like soundscapes as well.
Yeah. Dude, the soundscape game is crazy.
Yeah, we made a banger.
He showed me all of them yesterday. Those are crazy.
My music for at least for the past few days has gone from like really like peaceful like soundscapes and like then to like genty heavy breakdowns.
Death.
Yeah. There's like no in between.
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
Maybe like house music is like
Living in the
that.
extremes.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're on recently. Yo, well, I mean, I think that's it for our podcast, right? I mean, okay, guys, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
We're going to be posting more podcasts just like this. If you want to see anybody that's part of the Studio Kai family on this couch talking, make sure you guys comment it, and we will do our best to get them on here. Jay Craig, I'm not sure if we can get you on here, man.